We have 2 coaches on this trip, so Cambodian Motorbike Tours decide to hold a training day. The choice? Me, the dodgy, gravitationally challenged Gumby coach, and Chris Perry, one of Australia's top hard enduro riders. I challenge Chris to a pivot turn duel in a creek to see who will be the coach. This, of course, ends in the predictable way. And I surrender in my usual sportsmanlike fashion. Our venue? This enduro cross track on the outskirts of Phnom Penh. This occurred before our trip started, and Chris is looking at basic riding technique, but also getting over obstacles like the logs we'll encounter on the tracks. Chris is possibly also the world's only topless coach. Thankfully, he keeps his pants on though. The most encouraging thing? Everything Chris said lined up with the highly dodgy enduro training vids I've been posting on YouTube the past 3 years, so possibly they aren't as dodgy as I thought. If you are thinking of doing this Cambodian trip, you don't need to be a top rider or a fast rider, but you certainly want to know the basics of riding a dirt bike. And if you throw in some extra skills like how to hop logs, ride in mud, and deal with water crossings, you'll be fine. We've covered all these topics in the training vids if you want to get some practice in. One thing I've noticed with top riders, they aren't embarrassed to make mistakes in front of others or develop new skills in front of a crowd. Chris Perry saw this steep bank with a large log on top and wanted to practice what he called the rear wheel tap. Launching the bike high, but tap the rear wheel to bring the front back down. It's a difficult technique to get right, easy to go over the bars if you don't get it right. Second try, a perfect 2-point landing. On this run, Chris even taps the log twice with a touch of throttle to drive off the log. Then Chris aims for a trials move, the bunny hop, to clear the log completely. Me? I'm too chicken to try it, and only the local motocross star was willing to give it a go. Chris was loving the Beta Cross Trainer and only found the suspension too soft when he was hitting the Enduro Cross track at speed. If you want to see Chris Perry and his partner Emma Broadbent putting the cross trainer through its paces on this track, it's coming up soon as a supporters only vid. Hang around guys, the Cambodian adventure isn't quite over yet.